The Indianapolis Colts are clinging to their playoff hopes by signing back one of their old quarterbacks. Let's talk about it here on No Buts About It. What's up, everyone? It is Josh Butts here from No Buts About It. And today we're going to talk about Philip Rivers. It's not a name we've mentioned in a long time, but the Colts just announced that they are bringing him in for a tryout, a workout, see what he's got left in the tank. Today is, in fact, Philip Rivers' 44th birthday. So if they were to sign him, he would become the oldest starting quarterback in the NFL, which is kind of crazy. And he hasn't played since 2020 when he got his last season with the Indianapolis Colts. He retired in 2021. And in that last season with the Colts, he went 11-5, and they did make the wild card round. And that's what the Colts are hoping to do right now. The Texans and the Jaguars seemingly have control of the AFC South at this point. Colts are just trying to, cling on to that last bit of hope that this season seemed to offer. So let's talk about this a little bit. But first, I just checked the analytics, and 92% of you guys who watch regularly, meaning 5+ times a month, are not subscribed. And we appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for your taking the time to watch us. But I want to make sure you're not missing anything. So please hit that subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps us out so much. It's not just about the number, the subscriber count. I could care less about that. But it helps the algorithm. It helps us get these videos out to more people. So that I do care about. And so I appreciate you for supporting us in that way. So let's talk about Philip Rivers. Okay, so Philip Rivers, he just keeps coming back. He's an interesting guy. His final season, we just talked about how he went 11-5 with the Colts. But he threw for 4,169 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. It wasn't a phenomenal showing, but it was good enough. It was something that you would kind of expect from a quarterback at that point in his career. And that's what the Colts expected when they signed him. And right now, the Colts are desperate. They're kind of looking at anyone. If you hadn't seen the news yet, Daniel Jones, he tore his Achilles against the Jaguars. And even though Daniel Jones hadn't been that, MVP candidate that we saw at the beginning of the year, he was still playing well enough for them to be competitive in games, and he was still their best shot at the playoffs. Behind Daniel Jones, they don't really have a whole lot. Anthony Richardson is still on injured reserve from that. You remember that weird warm-up practice that the Colts had where Charvarius Ward ran into a trainer or someone and got a concussion? That same warm-up, Anthony Richardson, he was doing like one of those stretch bands, and it snapped and hit him in the eye. So he's in IR for that. And I mean, that's just the warm-ups from hell. But that's where Anthony Richardson is. So you have Riley Leonard, who came in against the Jaguars, and he didn't play super well. Now, I will grant him he's a rookie, and he got thrown into a terrible situation. This is a terrible game to have your first regular season big playing time. He did get a little bit of time earlier in the year, but it wasn't anything significant. He didn't even throw for any yards in that playing time against the Titans. But yeah, he didn't play great. The only thing of note that he did was one interception, and he had 145 yards or something like that. So Riley Leonard could be the future. But even if you have him starting the rest of the year, you don't have a backup. And he already has a knee injury coming off of that game with the Jaguars. And their emergency quarterback in that game was Tyler Warren, who is your tight end. So not a great look. And then their practice squad quarterback was Brett Ripien, which he's been okay. He's been around the league for a while, but he's not someone who you're going to put in and expect to make the playoffs. And the Colts are all in on the playoffs this year. They made that big blockbuster trade with Sauce Gardner. They traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. And unfortunately, that was around the time that things started to go wrong for the Colts. Um, I like Philip Rivers. I think that this is maybe a bit of a desperation move. This news just came out 20 minutes ago at the recording of this video. So it will be interesting to see how he actually does during his workout tomorrow. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But the Colts have just been had an awful time at this quarterback position ever since Andrew Luck retired. He retired in 2019. I've gotten an entire bachelor's degree in that time, started this podcast, begun to build up this podcast, and had multiple full-time jobs in the time that it's taken them to replace Andrew Luck. So I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis, but the Colts are turning to this guy for the future right now. And that's kind of a scary thought. Also, he retired as a Charger in the summer, I know, like August. So is he gonna have to re-retire as a Charger, or is he just gonna retire as a Colt and go off into the distance? We'll see what happens. This is interesting. This is normally something I would just make a short of, but I thought it was so interesting that I wanted to make a full video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that Philip Rivers is going to be able to get the Colts to the playoffs? Do you think he is their best option? Is he a better option over Riley Leonard at this point? Um, yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Once again, thank you so much for stopping by our channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, comment. Let me know your thoughts. Even if you just don't like this idea, just share it. Let us know. Let's talk about it. I love talking ball in the comment section. Okay, see y'all later. Go do something nice for someone.